This episode is presented by DoorDash. Use promo code SITWITHUS when you download the app for 25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more.
Ramble.
Hey everyone, we've decided that we aren't going to discuss the ongoing situation at Second Try at this time, and we would appreciate your patience as we navigate this. Thanks for listening, and please enjoy this pre-recorded episode of You Can Sit With Us.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of You Can Sit With Us. I am joined by your host, Becky.
Hi!
My name is Maggie. Sorry about not introducing myself. I am also joined by Matthew.
Hello.
All right, we got Rainie.
Howdy.
And we got Miles.
Boom.
Here we are. We are very excited to be here with you guys this morning. We have a very exciting episode for you. Today, we are doing audience questions. So, oh my gosh, I don't have them. I don't have them pulled up. Here we go. So we're just going to get right into it.
We love getting questions. Please keep submitting questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love hearing follow-up on our advice as well. So if you have sent a question and heard answer, we love to hear
How did it turn out? What happened to your roommate?
Or
what
if you
happened
have
to that friend,
clarification,
sister, brother?
'cause, you know, we've needed clarification before.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to get all the information all in one area. But here we go. We have Who's the Asshole Parking Edition. Hello, you can sit with us, ladies, Miles and Rainie and Matt. First of all, you guys brighten my Tuesdays and I'm so grateful to sit with y'all. My problem is I recently went to a cute little wine store down the street. It has this pretty small parking lot with 4 spots. The lot was empty and I was kind of in a rush, so I parked a little over the line. Granted, it wasn't that far over the line, but I digress. When I came out, all the spots were full, including the one next to me. On my windshield, there was a sign that said, "Thanks for parking so close, period. Next time, leave a can opener so I can get my car out. Assholes like you should take the bus." And it even had a drawing of Mickey Mouse flipping me off. Wow, creative. But what's really crazy is I recognize the car next to me. It's my roommate's boyfriend's car. Ooh. I never liked him and I can't believe he's one of those people who leaves me notes on cars. So my question is, how petty should I be with this? Should I confront him? Leave it in a drawer in our bathroom for him to find? Or should I just let it go and pretend I don't know anything? Thanks.
I have the perfect idea.
Becky, go for it.
A perfect idea. My plan is when they go petty, you go pettier. And so what I would do is I would wait until my roommate told me that her boyfriend was coming over. And when he came over, I would take my car and I would double park him in.
I love how petty you are.
And then maybe I would leave some sort of like Mickey Mouse stickers around the house so he could see and know that I was always
the note
watching.
on his car with a can opener.
Yeah. I'd leave a can opener under his pillow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I think she should do.
I think that's hilarious. I think the can opener
could escalate very
under
quickly.
the pillow
Things
is very
could
funny.
escalate. Things could escalate. But no, for real, I don't know. You guys leave notes on cars?
I've never done
I've
that.
never left.
I don't
a
have
note
time
on a
for
car.
that.
Yeah.
You kidding? Someone has that much time. They need more things in their life to do.
I also don't keep pens and like a notepad in my car. Like, no. I
It
don't.
seems like
they
he's
drew a
writing a lot of
picture.
notes.
Like that's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you're going to a wine shop. Like, I can understand if it was like, I don't know, somewhere where you spend like a good amount of time and there's not a lot of parking spots. It's not that deep. It's okay.
I also think you never know what's going on with people. Like maybe that person going to the wine shop just lost their entire family in a horrible fire and they just need a bottle of wine to relax.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Why
make
that in
their
my car.
day worse?
Yeah.
Did you park your car? Yes.
That
Great.
sucks.
Also, a
you
lot
did
of
it.
times you have to park your car a certain way because of other cars that are there.
Yeah.
So like most people aren't trying to double park or, park over the line, but they're forced to do that because the person who was in your spot before you, is in your way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 100%.
So you can't get that mad at people.
What do we think?
Is she sure that it's actually his car? Like, is it just the same make and model or is it actually his car? Like, did she see him there? You know what I mean?
Seems like she pretty sure.
She said she recognized it, Matt.
Yeah.
If it was
Why are you
me,
trying to undermine her, man?
Well, no, because if it was me in the moment, I would have been like, oh, that was him. That's his car. He just left this note for me. I would say, thanks, Todd, and put it back on his car.
That's pretty good.
You know? So it kind of like calls him out in the moment when he comes back to his car and he's like, oh my God, I just did this to someone I know.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully help him self-reflect.
Yeah, that's a good one. You could also like at dinner one night with the roommate, tell the story about how like a psycho put a note on your car and they were even delusional enough to put a Mickey Mouse thing on it. What kind of sad person has that much time on their hands
to draw?
What kind of sad man with a tiny dick does that?
Oh my God.
That's how I would handle it, you know?
Yeah. I think that's pretty funny. I like the candle burner underneath the pillow still. I think that's like my number one vote.
Yeah,
but now it's too late. Like, what does she do now? Late. I feel like it's been too much time.
Do we think she's the asshole for being upset with it, or this is who's the asshole? She's not asking, am I the asshole? Oh, just who's the asshole? He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely him. But also, you don't know what type of day he was having. Not that he was right in calling you out. So then, like, what are going to be the impact of your actions?
You know, I will say the one I get about it is she said there were 4 parking spots and the lot was empty. So I think in that instance, if you notice you parked over the line, it would be nice. Polite to repark. And it seems like it wouldn't be that difficult to repark since there are no other cars in the driveway.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's an asshole for parking poorly.
No.
But she maybe was a little rushed to get inside.
Yeah.
But he's definitely an asshole who writes on someone's car and draws a picture.
Yeah.
So much commitment.
Yeah. All done.
Crushed it.
Question number 2. Take it away, Bex.
All right, guys. Hello to the pod. This one's about boobies.
Woo!
Hello to the pod. I love listening to you all and hearing your opinions. I have a tricky situation. I'm getting a breast dog. I'm getting a breast dog. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat?
Yeah.
Well, it's a tricky situation. She's getting a boob job. Trick or treat.
Oh, said I'm getting a breast augmentation in a few weeks. Yay! I was casually dating a few guys just for fun with a plan to politely ghost them as my surgery date approached.
Politely.
I love an honest queen. The good and bad news is I'm really starting to like one of the guys. He and I have hooked up, so he's seen me topless. We've only been on 3 dates and text every day. I'm a private person, so I didn't want to share with the guys I date, hence the plan to politely ghost. But I actually would like to keep dating him. It seems weird to disappear for weeks for recovery and suddenly go from an A to a C cup, but also feels uncomfortable sharing something so personal with a guy I'm just starting to get to know. Would love to hear your thoughts.
See, trick or treat.
Oh my God, Matthew.
Matthew, what are we going to do with you?
I think your titties are your titties.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to do with them
is your business.
And if you want to keep dating the guy and not ghost him for a couple weeks, just tell him you're getting a breast augmentation.
Yeah. And if he's a weirdo about it, then you can continue with the plan to ghost him. And if he's not, then hopefully he's cool and he brings you some ice cream and helps you kind of like heal.
Because you'll be texting and all that stuff. And I think it's like good to know at the beginning of a relationship too, like she's getting the breast augmentation regardless of this like person's
what he thinks.
Opinion.
Yeah.
So like if he's not okay with it now, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Don't waste your time.
Exactly. No, I agree. Tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him.
I think people have shared lots of far too personal things with me. I mean, like the second time meeting them. So
I
think it's chill.
Most people in this lady's life are gonna know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just by seeing her.
Yeah.
Her new boob job. You know.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Tell him.
Good luck. I thought that was actually like
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. We think you should just be honest with him. And if you really like him, tell him what's going on. And if he reacts well, that's amazing. If he reacts like a shitty dude, then he was a shitty dude to begin with.
Yeah.
Then you don't deserve
Cool.
We are flying.
We are just like
This one, I got promoted
full of wisdom today.
into the job my oldest friend wanted.
Oh no. The drama.
Hi guys. Love the pod and all the wonderful advice you guys give. A little backstory. My oldest friend, female 24, got me, female 24, an interview at a retail store she was an assistant manager at a couple months before Christmas of 2021. I started as a casual, but due to a lot of moves that happened around Christmas time, she was quickly moved to be an assistant manager at another store. Recently, the position of assistant manager opened up at my store, and I was my manager's go-to for the position. I've been working both weekend days and putting my all into the store ever since I started. So I was over the moon to get this opportunity. However, my friend has been struggling a lot at this store she was moved to, and mentioned a couple of times in passing that once the position of assistant manager became available again at my store, she would like to come back. After I was offered and I accepted the job, I gave her a courtesy call that I got the job and that she was, of course, very excited for me. But since then, has been saying things in passing like the company failed her by not transferring her back. This has made me feel a good amount of subconscious guilt and worthlessness that I don't deserve my promotion. So my question is, how do I cope with these feelings moving on? My friend and I have had open discussions about how awkward this situation is, but she thanked me for understanding. She was disappointed she couldn't come back to our lovely store, and she even sent me congratulations flowers. But I just can't get out of this guilty rut. Thanks in advance. And again, love you guys. From one excited yet guilty new assistant manager.
Oh, little angel.
I mean, basically everything was out of her control.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like she chose herself.
Right.
Yeah. And I think the way she talked about, they've already had like open communication about the issue. I think maybe they just need to have an open communication about like the passive comments. Like maybe the next time she hears one of them in the moment, while it's hard to catch things like that.
Right.
But if your friend says something in the moment that upsets you, just stopping them and saying, hey, did I do something to make you mad? Because it seems like you have sort of a passive aggressive tone with me.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Am I okay? Are we okay?
Yeah.
All right, hose. Oh wait, Maggie, you want to read this one?
Hose.
You want me to read it?
Have you ever felt like that at work though? Like someone's taken something from you in like a work environment?
No.
I kind of work it's kind of weird. No, I haven't felt that at work. No.
Me neither.
I feel like I've just never cared that much. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Never been like, oh, dang.
I mean, I've always looked at it as you're competing with yourself, not the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Which is like a good way to approach work.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's healthy.
Yeah. Oh, no, you know what I did? I didn't get mad at a friend, but I did get mad at the company. This shitty store that I worked for accidentally sent a different person's offer letter to all of us by accident.
To all of you?
To all of us. Woo! And she was making like $6 an hour more than the rest of us.
That's significant.
With less, like almost zero experience in like cosmetics.
What?
And people were like, I mean, shortly after I did quit, like probably like 2 or 3 months after, but there were people who like we had to go like talk to HR and also be like, this was super inappropriate that any of us got this email. Yeah. But it did create a lot of animosity when this poor girl first started. Cause like, right, she advocated for the price or the pay that she wanted. Yeah. It's not her fault that she got paid more than the rest of us.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember that was
Did anyone else get a raise because of that situation or no?
We did all get, I think, a $2 raise in the immediate as like okay, you're right, you should be getting more. And I want to say they took her pay down, or at least that's what they told us they did.
I bet they did. It's hard to take someone's pay away.
Yeah. It's also like the company tried to pull like, and for any like young people out there listening, every company you work for will encourage you to not talk about what you get paid because it's considered bad for the workplace. Talk about what you get paid with people at your company, 1,000%. It is illegal for an employer to tell you not to do that. But that is the only way that you're going to make sure that you're getting paid fairly and compensated fairly compared to your male coworkers, to other people that have been hired later than you have.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And there are like websites and stuff out there, like Glassdoor and stuff.
Yes, always look at Glassdoor.
People can like self-reports what they're making, which people are pretty honest. And they're in like fishbowl and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Problem solving is such an important ability to have to help with productivity, reaching goals, and your overall happiness. And when you learn how to find solutions to life's problems for yourself, it's really a great feeling. Therapy is one tool you can use to help you become a better problem solver.
I love using BetterHelp. I love how easy it is to access from my phone. I have done in-person video calls as well as just phone calls. It's really easy to instant message your therapist when something's going on and hop on a phone call with them. It's a super convenient way to access therapy, and I love using it.
If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. Get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists at any time. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/sitwithus today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/sitwithus.
I love DoorDash. I one time was at home and was completely out of toilet paper, and I just hopped on DoorDash and I was able to order and get it within 30 minutes. It was amazing. Whether last minute school supplies, impromptu dinner, or fresh flowers for that special occasion, with DoorDash, there is a neighborhood of good in every order. Along with the restaurants you love, you can now get groceries and other essential items delivered with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under an hour. Every time you place an order for pickup or delivery, you're setting off a chain reaction that helps give back to the people who make your neighborhood unique. With over 300,000 partners, you can support neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and Cheesecake Factory.
For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code SITWITHUS. That's 25% off, up to $10 value, and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code SITWITHUS. Don't forget, that's code SITWITHUS for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply.
All right, next question. Am I moving on too quickly? Hello, ladies and Matt. First off, I want to say how much I genuinely love you all. Listening to you guys is the best start of my day. Sorry, there's like periods there. My name is Brooke and I'm 17 in 2 days. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy belated birthday.
Senior in high school. I recently just broke up with my boyfriend. We had only been together 8 months, but in teenager years, that felt like a whole lifetime.
That's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
a distance. Yeah.
He has just moved him with him because my best friend is his cousin. For the sake of the story, we'll call him Bruno.
Yeah.
He and I were introduced.
No.
We don't talk about Bruno. He and I were introduced by my best friend. He had just moved in with him because my best friend is his cousin. It was no secret that he was a huge player, but I instantly fell for him and vice versa. Bruno was my first real boyfriend and he made me so happy until he didn't. And around mid-June, I was admitted to the hospital with kidney failure for a week. Ugh.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. A teenager with kidney failure.
I know. Everything is fine for
Poor
now.
baby.
By the way, don't worry. He didn't come and visit me once. He didn't even acknowledge I was there until 4 days after I was admitted. When I got out, I wanted to have a conversation with him about it, but he kept blowing me off. Eventually, I just called him, even though I desperately wanted to have the conversation in person, and basically told him how I was a little annoyed that it seemed like he didn't care. He said he would try to do better. Nothing changed. I sucked it up for another month and a half, convinced myself that I still was in love with him and he was my world. It ultimately got to a point where it was so bad I couldn't ignore it anymore. I had to face the reality that maybe our relationship wasn't working. I hadn't been happy in a long time. I felt happier without him than with him. So I broke up with him in mid-August, and yes, it's hard, but I still care about him. That being said, I started a new high school for senior year. Stupid idea, I know. Homecoming is coming up and I want to go so badly. I've only ever been at a small little charter school, so I've never been able to have the traditional high school experience. I know no one there yet, so I knew if I didn't ask someone, I wouldn't have a date. I was planning on asking Bruno, but obviously those plans don't exactly work anymore, so I decided to ask a kid from a different high school. We took an early morning class.
This is like the Odyssey.
I know. I know.
We love you, baby girl. This is
I know.
This is an essay.
Yeah. We took an early morning class together and I really liked his vibe. We sat next to each other and exchanged numbers for a project. Well, I asked him to homecoming and he said yes. Since I asked him, we have been texting every single day all the time. And I think I'm starting to develop feelings for him. We have a date coming up soon, but why does part of me feel guilty? Am I moving on too quickly? I hadn't been happy in my relationship with Bruno for a while, and I miss the playfulness of flirting. The kid from my early morning class is so easy to talk to and makes me laugh all the time. He's so funny and kind, and I love to hear all the things he tells me about from his day. I look forward to when he just texts me. I don't know, I can't figure out if I should slow down and quote unquote mourn the relationship or just have fun with this kid who I've really hit it off with. Anyway, sorry for that being a little long. I just wanted you to have all the details. Thanks so much for reading. Love you guys. Brooke.
Move on, Brooke.
Brooke, if you're having
good,
fun,
girl.
Yeah, don't overthink it if you're having fun.
You're young.
Yeah, you're
in high
young.
school.
You have the world ahead of you.
Yeah.
If someone is being kind to you and you're enjoying their company, you should absolutely do whatever feels right to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, you feeling guilty about that past relationship, like you were probably feeling more about the relationship than your shitty ex-boyfriend is feeling about you.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let him take up your brain space.
Because he wasn't.
He's not worth the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he wouldn't even come visit you in the hospital when you're having a medical issue.
Like a serious medical
obviously
issue.
Kidney failure. Maggie, what happens with kidney failure?
It's not fun. It can be like onset by a variety of different things, but it's not great. And you could, if it gets too serious, you could need dialysis. But it's basically when your body can't filter your toxins.
Right.
It's
and
not
it's a
good.
toxic world.
Yeah.
Toxic
world.
So you're like, your body hurts.
You're swollen.
sick.
You're sick. Your labs are kind of all over the place. Your electrolytes are kind of all over the place.
No energy
You're
then.
admitted for quite a bit while they try to figure out what's causing the kidney failure.
Especially for a 16-year-old.
Yeah. So I'm glad that everything is okay and you're on the mend. But yeah, you deserve to have fun.
Yeah.
And feel good.
He's not worth it. He obviously has his own stuff he needs to work through and is not a viable partner.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
No.
That's why we
no,
don't
We
talk
don't
about
think
Bruno.
about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
It was our wedding day. We were getting married and there wasn't a cloud in the sky.
No clouds
fucking
allowed.
clouds in the sky. Okay, moving on.
That was literally the best. All right, guys. This is how and if I should ask a high school hottie to homecoming.
Hottie.
A lot of H's
Homecoming
there.
season.
Hi, guys. Let me start off by saying I love your podcast. I listen all the time, and it's like having 4 extra moms always there to give thoughtful advice. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah.
I've actually always wanted to email, but have never had a big problem until now. So here it is. I'm a high school sophomore gearing up for her homecoming dance. I'm doing great in all my classes and am generally super happy. Also, girl, you have wonderful grammar. Your punctuation is out of control for a high schooler. I love it. However, there is this guy. We actually met last year at a school football game and hit it off. We exchanged Instas and have been on again, off again, texting for the better part of a year. I really like him, but so does basically every other girl in my grade. So far, I'm the only one to actually initiate contact, but it's still a little weird knowing all my friends are actively crushing on him too. Over the summer, we weren't communicating much, but on the 3rd day of school, he came up to me in the hall and asked how I was doing. Our convo was relatively short, but it was nice to talk in person. I've spoken to him IRL before, just not in a while. Then a week later, I texted him at our first football game, not really expecting much, but wanting to talk anyway. We then texted for the better part of 2 hours. He left the game early. I know this may seem very cut and dry, but I'm a 15-year-old girl. I don't know what to do next. I know it's high school, so it's likely nothing will come of it, but I like this guy and I'm confused on how to proceed. Do I dare try and take our relationship to the next level, or do I need to wait longer? This is all especially confusing considering the dance looming large in my future. I really hope you guys get to my email. Either way, thank you so much for your amazing podcast, which inspires me to be a strong and better person each and every day. Also, if possible, I'd really like to hear Miles and Rainie weigh in on this. I'm a huge Miles Nation fan and wish him all the best becoming a dad. Thanks so much,
Aww.
confused high school girl.
Thanks for being a soldier of the nation out there.
Number one, I just want to point out to this girl, if you aren't thinking about a career in journalism or writing, absolutely start focusing on that. Like literally reading
Writing
this
is one of her
email is
strengths.
like, you are very good at writing. You are very good at telling a compelling story with the points that need to be told in like a nice, all the grammar, my periods, punctuation, not even that good. So number one, ditch the guys, start writing.
Yeah.
Number two, bring yourself back to when you were 15, Becky.
15-year-old
Think
Becky.
back. Yeah, 15-year-old Becky.
So hot.
What would 15-year-old Becky do?
So hot.
She was so hot. Her
What would
braces
15-year-old Becky do in this situation?
Oh my God. I don't know. Honestly.
I mean, that's why she's emailing Becky.
I get it.
Not for you to say, I don't know.
15-year-old Becky, probably. I think I was a pretty direct child. But I did like to go the sneaky backside routes where I would be like, oh.
Pass a note.
Well, if or like talk to his friends. Be like, oh, what's up with this? Or what's up?
Mm-mm.
Or just tell him like, I think you're cute one day. You know?
Ooh.
Rainie is appalled.
Rainie, what would you do? What would 15-year-old Rainie do?
Audibly gasped at me.
What 15-year-old Rainie do?
I'm inspired by that. I feel like at this point in my life, I still wouldn't be able to do that. So I think what I would do is go to the dance, do my makeup perfect, and sort of just track him around the room.
Stalk.
Sort of just
She's
know
a
like where
stalker.
he
I
is.
love this. Yes. So would you ever make contact, or is it just like a Joe from You situation where you are standing across the room, kind of keeping your peepers peeled?
I'd probably go up to him once and be like, "Oh my gosh, how are you?" Like blah blah blah, and see sort of just put out feelers, see what he says, and hopefully the song changes right as I talk to him. But you can't control that. I wouldn't be like going to the DJ booth and be like, in 5 minutes, play this song.
And then going to like jump his bones.
Do you wish you did?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think I'm just like even thinking about this now. I'm like nervous about rejection.
You're getting physical. Yeah, you're getting physical anxiety. You can definitely see it.
Rainie's having flashbacks.
Her body remembers.
I just am like literally worst case scenario is just like him being like, what? Like that would be what I was really scared of.
Okay.
Or being like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to be leading you on. Like that like makes my stomach drop. But yeah, Miles, what would you do?
You got to go for it.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of people getting their feelings hurt and going for it. And I think it's healthy and good to be like, I'm putting myself out here 100% fully fledged, even if you get your feelings hurt, because then you'll at least know. And to me, the coolest thing is being like, look, this is who I am, baby. And then even if they're like, oh, I'm actually good. And you're like, I don't even care. Because that's how cool and chill I am. That I let you know, like, yeah, I like you. But like, if you don't like me back, then like hit the bricks. Hit the bricks, pal. Because I don't need you.
Rainie's like, give it back.
Here's the thing though. I think it's so fun to have a crush. And as soon as as soon as you get the answer, he's no longer a crush, then it's just a situation.
It's
so
a
if
bummer.
you want to keep daydreaming, keep fantasizing,
It's a bummer, but I know in your heart that you'll find another one to start crushing on.
You'll get another crush.
You'll get another crush.
Another crush.
Why have one crush when you can have 5 crushes?
Yeah.
I feel like the other thing too that we could learn from our experience is that when you're older and you look back on it, it's going to feel like nothing. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be such a small moment in your past. So it might feel like really like you have a lot of anxiety about it now, or that it's like a really big deal. But when you look back on it, when you're older and look back on it, you're like, oh yeah, that happened. It's a thing.
And I feel like the more that you do it, the easier it becomes to be like, hey, I like you. Okay, fine. Okay, next person. Next. Thank you. Next.
And like literally the worst thing the worst case scenario is what? He tells all his friends, they pull a prank at the dance and put pig's blood on you. Like,
whoa.
Becky. Whoa, Becky. Whoa.
Wow.
Big
that's the worst.
That's not gonna happen.
The worst.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Don't worry.
I feel like, and Carrie ended like well. I think it worked out. I really can't remember.
What do you think about
a
his
great
friends? All of her friends are also crushing on him.
Oh,
So it means he's like high.
he's
He's a high value male.
Yeah.
as we say.
Oh my God.
high value.
Like a piece of stock.
Like a little
the,
treat.
Like the pig.
Stud.
Like he's a cow.
Like he's a cow.
A cattle.
You gotta put your mark on him.
It's like a TikTok thing, but
High value male? That's some like weird pickup artist shit.
well, it's like guys on TikTok are like, well, I'm a high value male because I have a job and like live not at my parents' house, and then like
I live not at my parents' house. At my grandparents' house.
I'm a high value male.
Yeah, I think that's like a holdover from pickup culture,
Yeah.
which is bad, and we do not stand.
No,
Yeah.
nobody should neg anyone.
I mean,
No
do think,
negging.
though. If you're texting him for 2 hours, that's a good sign, but it's not. You're not in the clear necessarily.
yeah.
Like there could be different reasons for texting for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say also, like, did he hook up with any of her friends, or is everyone just got a crush? So I feel like if everyone just has a crush, like, you win by dating him, basically, right? You win the crush. But like, if one of your friends had like made out with him or something, I would be like, ooh, no smoochy sisters or anything, you know?
Smoochy sister.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever smooched someone one of your friends dated? A crossover smooch?
Yeah.
I've crossover smooched.
For
No.
sure. For sure.
I haven't. No. I can't say I have.
Oh, only the people who went to school for theater. I see. Okay.
I mean, that is apt,
I see what we
though.
did.
But also, like, I don't know. I think that my rule with this stuff is like there's right ways to do wrong things. So like if you want to hook up with somebody that your friend has dated, then there's a right way to be like, hey, look, like I am interested in this. I know this is a little uncomfortable, but like would it be okay if I took this person to coffee? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But
That's
like
so
the
mature.
wrong way to do
And
it
then
is
they're
to,
like, no.
and then you're like, okay, well, like that, I don't know. I'm really like, and I think that there's ways to get around like weird friendship stuff. The wrong way to do it's probably like, oh yeah, at some party I'm wasted and like you were upset about it and I made out with your ex. But it's like, there's nice ways to do things that are deemed blanketed wrong and toxic.
What is the first thing you do when you wake up? Is it check up on your credit score? I didn't think so. At Chime, that is exactly what they do. With their secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, you can start to build credit with your own money. Chime reports your payments to credit bureaus to help you build credit over time. Their members see an increase of 30 points on average. And all of this is with no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply. So start your credit journey with Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/sitwithus. That's chime.com/sitwithus. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA, Chime checking account, and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact to score may vary, and some users' scores may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except at MoneyPass ATMs in a 7-Eleven or any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM. We are so excited to once again be partnering with Macy's. The weather is all over the place right now. At night in LA, it's like in the 60s. During the day, it can be in the 90s. And it's kind of hard to plan your outfits, I'll admit. But as the weather changes, Macy's has all the must-haves that will replace your summer looks. Transitioning from your summer to fall essentials is super easy with Macy's. They have midi dresses that you can layer with a nice leather jacket or denim jacket, chunky lug sole boots or dark wash denim jacket to change up the textures. No matter how you rock their fall staples, be true to your look. For all the inspo you need, visit Macys.com/ownyourstyle. And if you need a little help figuring out your fall look or just need a pointer, Pair up with a Macy's personal stylist. They'll help put your look together either in store or from the comfort of your own home. Best of all, it's totally free. So head over to Macy's.com/personal stylist to book your appointment today. That's Macy's.com/personal stylist. Well, I love that, Miles. That was really good advice.
Yeah.
We stand emotional intelligence on here.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get there in high school, but
It is.
There are exceptions. So
How would you ask him?
Ask him to go to the dance, or ask him to how to ask him to go to the dance.
I don't even know that you need to
yeah.
show up to the dance.
I've
What's up?
never-
You're my
show
date
up.
now.
Hey, baby.
What up? But what happens if he asks somebody else?
I think she should ask.
I think so too. I think just continue talking to him and his friends until he's like, okay, if this feels right, I should ask this person to the dance. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Really
Harass.
weird. I guess you could say, could we go as friends?
Oh, good
And
idea.
then like
Yeah.
see how that segues.
Friends that freaking kiss.
That's smooth.
Friends that kid.
Yeah, I would just be like, "Are you going to the dance?" Yeah, I was thinking about going too.
This is good, Becky. This is a good strategy. This is a good
this is good.
strategy. This is a really good strategy.
Thank you so much. Are you going? Yeah, I was gonna go.
I was thinking about going too.
Yeah, I was thinking about going. I think it would be really cool if we went together. What do you think about that?
Wow. I think that's a really good strategy. And I think also just, you have to, it's tough because being confident, the hardest part is just like, you have to be confident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
fake it till you make it,
Fake it
for
till you make
sure.
What's wrong with being?
Oh.
Or you could try out like polyamory and do like you and all of your girlfriends that have a crush on this guy and be like,
Should we all be his date?
Oh.
Should we all date?
This sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
This sounds
Should I
like
write
a
it?
good high
Should I
school
write
movie,
this
honestly.
movie?
Yes.
What if we all take him?
What if we all took him to the dance? Maybe.
I can't believe you did that. I can see the trailer now.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Great.
Dunzo.
Dunzo. Yeah, girl, just ask him. Be chill. And, it might be sad, but also
It might be great.
might be great.
You'll never know unless you try.
Yeah. Guys, this next one seems specifically targeted at me. It's labeled cat tension.
Oh,
Cat tension.
as the only cat owner in the
Are
room.
you being real, Miles?
I was being real.
I was in Miles's Be Real.
You all are obsessed with Be Real. Fantasy. Life.
Be Real, Matt.
Fantasy life.
All right. Hi, ladies and Matt. I love your podcast and I love feeling like I have 5 besties with me at all times. I am in a debacle with my roommates and in need of some advice. I was driving back from Walgreens to pick up medicine. I had COVID at the time. So sorry. Hope you're feeling better. And I found a kitten wandering on the side of the street. Of course, I had to go grab her. She had no tags. She wasn't chipped. I took her back to my apartment and was excited to show my roommates my new furry friend. They all fell in love with her immediately, and I called my mom to tell her of my new pet. I've been wanting a furry friend for about a year now, and I felt like this kitten was the universe's way of saying it's time. Over the past few days, I noticed something. One of my roommates has taken dominance over my kitten. She keeps acting like it's hers, and anytime I try to take care of the kitten, she takes over. She keeps talking about how my kitten belongs to everyone in the apartment. We all have to agree on a name, and how we all take responsibility for her. This includes basic things like feeding her, but also splitting the bill for vet appointments, cat food, etc. Personally, I don't want to financially support a cat that isn't 100% mine. I don't think it's fair to ask my roommates to help pay for her or help clean up her messes. It also worries me when it's time to move out. It's going to cause confusion about who gets to keep the cat, and it'll end in a big fight. I love this little baby, and I'm in a place in my life where I'm mentally, physically, and financially capable of caring for a pet. My question to you all is, how do I bring this up to my roommate? Am I an asshole for wanting to keep the cat that I found? My roommates would reap the benefits of having a kitty, but I would be responsible for taking care of her and replacing anything she damages. I'm also not planning on living with these roommates again, so if the situation did cause a scene, it would only be temporary. I've never had a serious problem with a roommate, and I am in desperate need of advice. Thanks for your help.
Wow.
That's your cat.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Don't let anyone take your cat from you.
I feel like that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like just have an open conversation about like, hey, we should talk about like if one of us were to move out, like who gets the cat. I feel like because I found the cat and I am financially ready and responsible, like this cat should be I'm happy to get help from you guys raising this cat, but we need to have a little bit of boundaries just to make sure that the cat's well taken care of and it's not like something messy if something were to happen.
Well, even in this last little thing where she was like, I would be responsible. You get all the benefits of the cat, but I'm going to be responsible. This is my cat. I'm going to take it to the vet.
Right.
I'm going to replace anything it damages.
Right.
You guys can still have a cat. Yeah, if you want to get your own cat.
They could have 2 cats in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had a roommate, my first roommate out of college. We were friends in college, and then we moved in together a couple months after college into the city. And we moved in, just the 2 of us, in a 500 square foot apartment. Shockingly had 2 bedrooms in it, barely. And we only had enough room for a love seat in the living room. Not even a full couch could fit. And about 2 months into living together, she comes home with a cat.
Oh, dang.
And she was like, I've always wanted to adopt a cat. This is going to be great. Reminding everyone I do have cat allergies.
You do.
Pretty badly. I was like, I wish we could have chatted about this before.
Yeah.
But I did love that kitty cat. But if you're someone who never wanted a cat, like if there's one roommate that was like not fine with the cat, they're not going to want that cat.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like things change. It was definitely more of, the cat was really cute and I loved him, but he was also like a nuisance. And like, I didn't love all the extra responsibilities that I got. Like when she was out of town and be like, oh, could you feed Jack? And I'd be like, okay, but he's not mine. And I wasn't involved in asking for him.
Right.
So I feel like with her, since all of her roommates do
That's great.
want the cat, it's probably going to be like a good situation.
Right.
Again, they get all the benefits of having the cat that they wanted.
Right. Exactly.
They don't have to pay for it.
I think maybe she could talk about her expectation. Like, I got this cat. I found this cat and I came home with the expectation that it was my cat. And I was taken aback that you thought it was your cat.
Yeah. Maybe they could do like a roommate meeting
Yeah.
and say like,
we love this cat.
I love that everyone loves this cat, but I just really want to make it clear that, you know, she is mine.
Yeah.
And I'd love to hear your ideas on names. And, you know, if you want to help with anything, that's wonderful. But I do want to make it very clear, this is my cat. Yeah. What are they going to put all their names on the adoption form? Yeah. Take it to the vet. Oh.
Yeah.
There has to be someone who is in charge of the cat.
That's your cat, girl.
Because then
Fight for it.
Yeah.
Becky, fight for it. The kitten loves
Fight
you.
for the cat.
Fight for the kitten. Fight for the kitten. Also, like,
fight for your right to kitty.
What I did when we moved in, when that cat came in, I was like, okay, well, yeah, since you brought a cat in the house, the litter box can go in your bedroom.
Ooh, burn.
Is where I was like, I'm not. We have one closet between the 2 of us.
Ew.
And a bathroom that has like 5 feet for a shower in it. I was like, I'm not going to be stepping over literal cat shit all day.
No.
So that was our like roommate agreement that we came to. It was like, okay, the cat can stay, but the litter and the food and stuff need to be in your room because it's stinky.
Yeah.
Smells like cat food.
It smells like cat food. And cat food, you know what? Doesn't smell good. I'll tell you, you never get used to it.
No, I'm sure.
You never get used to it.
Do you want a phone case that's protective and fun to look at? I drop my phone all the time and I'm constantly worried I'm going to break my screen or scratch a corner. That's Casetify's goal. Make a protective case that isn't like carrying around an ugly brick. For the perfect blend of protection, sustainability, and style, Casetify has got you covered. I got an amazing blue ombre case. It gives me joy every time I look at it. And it's got some delicious fruit on it, and I think that's fun.
I love Casetify because they have EcoShock protection. It is their latest protection technology. It's 5 times the military standard. Their cases are optimized for protection up to 11.5 feet and for up to 130 drops. You could choose any design you want. You could be like matte and get a little fruit on it. You could also do something with checkers, glitter, sparkles, clear, ombre.
Get one of the most protective, cool-looking, and environmentally friendly phone cases the internet has to offer. Get 15% off using our code 15SITWITHUS. That's 15% off at casetify.com with code 15SITWITHUS or use our link in the description.
Meow.
Meow.
Are there any more? Or did we get through them all?
Oh, do the chronic pain one for Maggie.
Okay.
That's a sweet one.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I want to say that I'm a big fan. It's so refreshing to hear female voices in my predominantly male YouTube and podcast space. You're welcome. This is mainly a question for Maggie.
Hey.
Though others are more than welcome to give input as well. My boyfriend of 3 years has Scheuermann's. Mm-hmm. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Scheuermann's disease, which is a form of chronic pain in his back, basically the rounding of his spine. I realized the other day that I didn't really know how to respond to him when he made a joke about it. I think it's because I'm so used to sharing so many of our unique qualities, neurodiversity, queer, etc., that I hadn't stopped to think about things just impacting him, and I'm actively trying to be more empathetic and understanding. I don't know a lot about chronic pain. My only reference to it is Zach. Mm-hmm. So I thought I should ask Maggie, how, as a partner, do you support someone living with chronic pain? We don't live together yet. So much I can do in that regard, but still curious to hear your thoughts.
Hey, Maggie, so you started dating, you didn't start out living together, much like they didn't start out living together.
Yeah.
And he went on his chronic pain journey kind of while you were together. He didn't really know that aspect of himself until you were together. What was that like?
I think when I started picking up on some like abnormal tendencies, probably like a year in, I remember Zach taking just like so much ibuprofen every single night to go to bed. And I'm like, that is kind of weird. Mm-hmm. And he had told me that, doctors always said that it was just related to my posture and my age and just to do stretches and work out because like I don't look like a fit man, I guess. So just to do that. And then I think he had a physical once or twice when we were together. And I was like, you should just ask them for like a referral to a specialist. And then finally he did get diagnosed. But it is, I'm sorry to hear about your partner. It is really hard to have a partner who struggles with pain just because, I mean, there's some days that are really great. And then another day he can wake up and he's just in a lot of pain. And it's just hard to see someone you love experience that. I think that a way you can support him is just kind of listening and making sure he has all the resources available to him. Zach also has other friends with chronic pain that he kind of talks to, which has been beneficial because there's some things like, even though I do work in healthcare, there's a lot of things that I don't understand, just not experiencing chronic pain myself. Mm-hmm. So making sure he has like a community that he can talk to. And then just supporting him to take as good of care of himself when possible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think those are like the big things. And just advocating for him. If you notice that he's not sleeping as much as he should, you don't want to parent your partner either, but just making sure that like if there's anything that you can do to make their lives a little easier, like sometimes I'll meal prep for Zach or like I'll go to the grocery store for him when he has like a very long week filming or shooting and just kind of being a resource for them. Yeah. But it's a journey. Like there are months where it's really hard and then there's months where it's tolerable. So just knowing that. And maybe if you have someone else who in your family or your friend group that suffers from a similar situation, you can kind of talk to them and see like what's helped their partner or their family member is also really helpful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So sweet, Maggie.
Thanks. Such sweet advice.
I hope that helps.
Such sweet advice.
I know. Just hang in there. I know it's hard.
Yeah. What advice do you have for her, like for the future?
For the future.
Yeah, because let's see, I think she said 3 years.
Yeah.
So you and Zach started.
We moved into it together.
You noticed something odd. You moved in, what, 2 years in? 3 years in?
I think 3 years in. Because I moved to 2 or 3 different apartments.
Do you have any tips for her?
Moving in? Yeah.
Yeah, for like moving stuff or...
Oh, yeah. If you can get someone to assist you guys with moving, that would be helpful. Especially with someone with back chronic pain issues. Like sometimes chronic pain just affects someone in like their finger and their toes. But like if you can get family members to help you, if you are... fortunate enough to hire some movers, that always helps. Setting your home up in a comfortable way for him also helps, just like setting your kitchen up to make it easier to kind of get things. What else?
I would assume doing like little chores would be helpful. Like if you have, sounds like she said her partner has like back issues, so like dishes.
Yeah, staying on top of chores if you have like a couple of things you want to like tackle on a week just so things don't pile up.
Yeah. How do you toe the line of being like parenty or too hands-on.
I know.
And being too hands-off and being like, you're a grown man.
Right.
Like,
It's
your own
hard.
Person,
it's
but also
really
like,
hard.
I want to help you and I know I can, you know?
It's really hard. I feel like
I can.
Fortunately, Zach, a lot has come within him just because he feels so poorly some days. So like I don't have to do too much, but maybe being an advocate, if they're having a chronic pain flare and you notice you're not sleeping so good, like what can we do to kind of help you sleep better? Is it maybe we need like to get another pillow or things like that? But just kind of being like a go-to person that they can confide into.
What I like you said is helping reinforce the positive behaviors that help with their condition.
Yeah.
So like working out or eating healthy, because I know Zach had to be vegan for a while. So, you know, helping with those vegan meals or maybe going vegan with him for, you know, things like that. I think showing in solidarity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that coin, how do you ask for support when you need it, when you're seeing your partner going through something difficult? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like, do
definitely.
you ever feel like, oh, well, I can't ask him to do this because he's having a bad flare day, or
oh yeah,
you know, things like that.
It's definitely tough. I think that our only like, not disagreements, like sometimes he has a hard time verbalizing like what's going on with him. He just tells me like, I feel poor. And I'm like, okay, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Because like, I don't know what you're feeling right now and like what it could be related to. Like, is it your back this week? Is it your hips this week? Like, I really need you to kind of pay attention to like what you think is going on. Because sometimes it's just like, okay, I was shooting all day or I was like hunched over and without a recipe for like hours on end. I think it's related to that. Like, that's more information. Okay, what can we do?
What about you?
Oh, for me.
What about when you need support?
When I need support.
How do you ask
For your mental health.
For your mental health,
Yeah.
how do you talk to your partner who has chronic pain in a way that makes you feel like you're supported when you're struggling with something? Even though you don't have chronic pain, you still have struggles in life and you know, things that you deal with. So do you ever feel like a guilt or a push and pull, or is it just the normal sort of tightrope of a relationship?
I feel like Zach is so supportive emotionally that I don't really think about if there's like a certain or specific way that I advocate for myself, because he's always pretty good about checking in. But I guess having like an open line of communication on like what you're experiencing. I don't think I've ever felt guilt about having a bad day just because Zach has chronic pain and I don't. Fortunately.
You're like, I have pain too.
I have pain. My back hurts
He's
too.
like,
I have poor posture, and like I do, like sometimes Zach kind of jokes around because like my posture sometimes leads to upper back pain, and he's like, you can't have back pain. That's my thing. That's my thing.
That's a good, because she was talking about she didn't know how to joke with him because it's something that they don't share, but it seems like they share a lot of other qualities. So do you find humor is helpful in like dealing with it?
Yeah. Wherever you see appropriate, like whatever you're comfortable with, obviously.
Yeah. But, or is it like I can make fun of my mom, but you can't make fun of my mom kind of situation? You know what I mean?
I mean, I would hope. No, I mean, other people make fun of Zach's achy breaky back too, but
his crippling bonitis.
Yeah. But I guess it's like an individual. Like some people are more, they love humor. Zach loves comedy. So I think that's something that he really goes to and defaults to when he's dealing with a hard time. No.
All good advice.
Great question though.
That was good advice.
There's been a lot of people in my DMs after like a lot of Zach's videos come out asking, and I'll reply on there. So thanks for asking that on the podcast. I don't think I've ever answered that publicly. So that's a really good question.
Good question. Good answer.
Thank
Am I
you.
right,
Guys.
ladies?
Round of applause.
Definitely.
Yay.
And Maggie, that was actually such a good answer that you've killed this podcast. We have to cut it off there because no advice could be better than the advice you just gave.
Wow.
Nothing we could say could be so sincere and so beautiful as how you put it.
Thank you.
Our little angel, Margaret.
Wow. I feel so
Marge.
loved today.
Margie.
Wow.
Guys, all these questions were absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
We constantly love hearing from you. loved as Maggie said, nobody's really ever asked that on the podcast before about chronic pain. So if you have more, we all have stuff that's more serious than jokey relationship stuff. Yeah. So you're welcome to send us more serious questions if you want. But
where can they send the questions
you
to, Becky?
You can sit with us pod@gmail.com. Well, podcast pod. You can sit with us pod at gmail.com. Thank you. Until next time, you guys, thanks for always sitting with us. Send us more questions. We'll try to check in more regularly. Mm-hmm. And we'll see you guys next time. Wash your hands, wash your face, vote.
Wash your face. That's a new one.
Keep up to date on the news of the world. And
support local business.
Support local businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Support your friends, support your families, support each other.
And just be nice.
Support your dogs, support your cats. Be nice. And treat people with kindness, as a wise man once said.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
We love you, Harry.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.